Stop. That dead tree you're about to cut down hosts over 1,000 species. Birds, bats, fungi, entire hidden networks. It may be the most alive thing in your yard. What vanishes when it falls takes a century to come back. Most homeowners look at a grey, leafless trunk in their yard and see a liability. They see an eyesore, a safety hazard, or simply dead weight waiting to be cleared away. But in forest ecology, this standing dead or dying tree has a name. It is called a snag. This upright structure remains highly functional, anchoring a quiet, local neighborhood of wild creatures. When we rush to cut it down, we often do so out of a simple desire for tidiness, completely unaware of what disappears from the environment the moment that wood falls. A standing dead tree is far from empty. It is a bustling wildlife high-rise, supporting over 1,000 species of animals, insects, and fungi. From the moist layers beneath its peeling bark to the very tips of its bare branches, this structure offers a complex sanctuary. In North America alone, 85 different bird species rely directly on these upright ruins to build their nests and raise their young. Without these standing columns, many of these species simply cannot find a place to breed. The decaying wood acts as an active food source, a safe shelter from winter winds, and a nursery all at once. What looks like a stark, grey pillar of decay is actually a crowded biological hub. When we remove a snag to tidy up a garden, we clear away more than old wood. We dismantle an entire neighborhood, erasing a vital anchor that keeps our backyard ecosystems whole. Woodpeckers act as the first builders of this vertical neighborhood, drilling hollow cavities into the softening wood. When they vacate these chambers, an orderly chain of succession begins. Screech owls, brown bats, and flying squirrels move into the abandoned openings, seeking warmth and protection from predators. Further down the trunk, where the wood splits and hollows, smaller residents take refuge. Solitary bees claim these dry wooden crevices for their nests. From these hollows, they quietly emerge to pollinate nearby flowers, squash blossoms, and tomato plants, directly boosting the health of the entire garden. What looks like a barren trunk is actually a multi-tenant dwelling, where the survival of the next generation depends entirely on the architecture left behind by those who came before. Beneath the softening bark, a quiet transformation turns decay into creation. Microscopic fungal spores drift onto the damp wood, sending out ultra-thin threads that digest the tough lignin and cellulose. This process is active biology at its most complex. As these fungi consume the wood, they do not keep the captured energy to themselves. Instead, they push down into the moist soil, weaving directly into the massive underground mycorrhizal networks that link the roots of nearby living trees. Through this vast subterranean web, the standing snag remains an active participant in the garden, quietly feeding carbon, phosphorus, and water back to its living neighbors. What appears from the outside to be a silent monument of ruin is actually a functioning nutrient reserve. Long after its leaves have vanished, the tree continues to support the forest floor, bound to the living world by a hidden fungal bridge. This quiet exchange unfolds over generations, moving at a pace we rarely witness. For a standing dead tree, complete decomposition and nutrient return can take up to 100 years. Throughout this span, the wood acts as a secure, long-term nutrient bank, slowly releasing resources into the forest floor rather than letting them wash away. In some ecosystems, this standing dead wood actually stores more carbon per square meter than the surrounding living trees. It remains a stable reservoir, holding carbon in place while the world changes. To understand this structure, we must adopt the forest's patient timeline. Yet, this entire network can vanish in a single afternoon. When a chainsaw cuts through a snag, the immediate loss cascades through dozens of species, instantly destroying a home and food system that took decades to build. While cleanup feels like responsible gardening, it is often a sudden act of habitat destruction. Of course, safety must come first. If a decaying tree directly threatens your roof or a power line, a certified arborist should assess its stability. But for every other dead trunk in your yard, our default response should be restraint. True stewardship begins when we choose to leave the sore behind. A tidy yard is often a silent one. By letting decay remain, we choose life. What will you welcome into your garden? Subscribe for more stories.